I have pretty much every hour of the day scheduled out, and I have 3 hours a day of free time. Like, oh, back here, look at that. That is insane. You see that? Oh. Right now, I'm so full it hurts. And good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to today. Today's going to be a little bit of an explanation day, so be ready for a offload of information. It is currently 6:09 in the morning. So it's 6:09 in the morning. The reason I am taking today as simply an explanation day is because I did not wake up for the gym early enough, and I also kind of need to go over all this information so that everybody knows what's going on. So here's what's going on. Yesterday/today is the start of the cut. We're calling it the winter arc because that's what's booming right now, and it sounded cool, so we're calling it the winter arc. The plan for the winter arc is the same as before. Quest for abs, gonna get lean. I've been back and forth on how lean I want to get, so what we're gonna do is evaluate at 175, see if I want to get even more shredded or see if I'm happy there. So no hardened goal, but 175 or lower. How are we going to get there? Calorically, when I put all the information, like chronometer, age, weight, activity level, all that, it says 1,800 calories should be 1,000 calorie deficit. I thought 1,500 was what it was last time. I think it was also 1,800, and I was lower than that for a while. So I'm going to see how 1,800 does, and then, or it's like 1,800 and some change, like 1,840 or something, I don't know. But I'm going to see how well that does, and if I'm just shedding pounds, great. If I have to cut it down a little bit, I can. So I will, but I don't really want to cut it down because another thing that I want to focus more on is getting my protein up. Last cut, if I'm remembering correctly, I was getting like 130 to 150 grams of protein a day. I want to get more than that. I want to get 200 if I can. I didn't lose that much muscle last time, surprisingly, for how aggressively I was dieting and for how long. But I think I lost more than I could have. So I'm going to try to mitigate that by getting a bit more protein in every day. And secondly, activity. I kind of mentioned it yesterday. Activity is going to be an interesting one because last year when I did the cut, I worked in a restaurant, and you move around quite a bit, but not as much as I do now. And so I was having to do an hour of dedicated cardio before work and an hour of dedicated cardio after work during my lift, and then another hour before bed. I don't have to do that this time, which is really nice. So I'm a dog walker in San Francisco, by the way, and if you're trying to make gains and have a job, or not make gains, if you're trying to lose weight and have a job at the same time, and you live in any major city, and there's dog walking services, do that. Because yesterday I got 25,000 steps, and none of it was me trying to exercise, which is really nice. I have my work hours, because I work for a company, and that's from like 9:45 to 4:30-ish. Not a very long day. And then I have a client before work and a client after work. And each of those are an hour long. And then during my work day, I have 2-hour-long walks. And then you have to include like the picking up and drop off your route, as they say. So that's why it takes longer than 2 hours. And so right there alone is 4 hours of walking. And plus something else. No, nothing else. Plus, I guess when I go to the gym, I have to walk to the bus stop, walk to the gym from the bus stop, and then walk back to the bus stop from the gym, and then from the bus stop again to my house. So a little bit of walking. 25,000 steps should be my average when I go to the gym. When I don't go to the gym, it'll be like 20 to 22, somewhere around there. Yeah, so in terms of how I'm going to lose the weight, it's not going to be easier because it's not easy by any means, but it is definitely going to be a little bit simpler in the fact that I'm not going to have to carve out separate time for cardio because I'll just be doing it all at work. Now, I don't have running shoes, and I had running shoes, but I walked a hole into them. Not like they got punctured, but I walked until I had scraped a hole about that big through the shoe. So those are gone, and I've been putting 25,000 steps on in just like regular walking shoes that are, not good. So my feet hurt like a mofo, and my knees and back kind of hurt too. But this Saturday we should be getting running shoes. Once we get running shoes and my pain kind of subsides, I think what I'm going to do, I'm not sure, but I think what I'm going to do is during my walk after work, I'm going to try to do a half-hour run/jog during that hour. Because the purpose of that walk is because it's an overweight husky and she needs to lose like 15 pounds. So cardio for her is great for her. But also, as much as I could probably get down to 175 just from walking, I would like to strengthen the lungs and heart again. I have been smoking cigarettes, which is disgusting and horrible. But I'm done now because luckily I wasn't smoking long enough to get like addicted. But I definitely smoked them long enough to where it doesn't feel good. So I need to kind of re-healthitize the lungs. Because they're getting bad. They're not getting bad, but I just never have good lungs, so worsening them is a terrible idea, and I've done nothing to keep them healthy. So need to do that. What else would be important to know? Oh, this is fun. So now, my days are really long, and I have to lift very early in the morning because I already got in trouble for recording in the gym at one time. That was in the afternoon, and I think the guy that works in the morning doesn't really care, but just to be extra double safe, I want to get at the gym when it opens at 5, so there's the least people and the least possibility of getting in trouble while lifting, or recording my lift, because honestly, it's not really that lifting isn't the most important part, but it would just be nice to be able to have. So, yeah. Anyways, so I have to get up early enough to get to the gym at 4 or at 5. So I have to go to bed early. Anyways, look at the schedule that I have for myself. So wake up at 4:30. I have to leave here like, I don't know, 4:50-ish. Get to the gym at 5:10. Again, an hour to lift. And I gotta leave the gym. I get to come home and chill from 6:30 to 7:30, 1 hour of the day. Then I gotta leave for my first walk at 7:45. I need to correct that. I actually need to start the walks at 8 and end them at 9 because I forgot about drive time for this. Drive to work, start work 9:30, 9:45 to 4:30. Then I have my afternoon walk from hopefully earlier than this. If I end my work day at like 4:15, then I can start this at like 4:20 and go to 5:20, and then I'm home a little earlier. Then I get home at 6:30-ish, 6 to 6:30, and then I have to go to bed at 8:30 because I need to get my 8 hours, at least 7, but I would like 8 hours of sleep every night, and that's the only way to make that happen. So, yeah. I have pretty much every hour of the day scheduled out, and I have 3 hours a day of free time. Of just true free time, which is brutal. And then I have weekends, which are going to be so nice. So this is my version of the winter arc. Not really doing any craziness. I'm just, you know, being very scheduled, planned. I don't know. I have nothing else to say. One more thing, actually, with the lifts. So what I've been doing while I was trying to be on a strength program is 3 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off, and squat, bench, pull-ups, squat, bench, pull-ups. I'm not going to do that quite the same. I'm going to do a little bit more of a classic bro split. However, I have learned that training muscle groups twice a week, the training frequency, my body responds the best to that. So what I have devised is this little programmy thing of a Monday through Friday and then 2 rest days, Saturday, Sunday. So something like this. This is just like a rough draft, but legs, chest, back, shoulders, regular, lift, and then another leg day on Friday. So on the first week, legs get twice. Repeat that for chest. So like whatever the next day in succession is the next day in the week that will be repeated. And then do that again with back, do that again with shoulders. This way, also don't mind my pile of clothes. I forgot to do them, or I didn't forget, I just was too tired to do them last night. Anyways, so this way, instead of hitting everything only once a week, like I did on the last cut, which was fine, but twice a week is definitely the best. At least one muscle group a week will be getting hit twice a week, and as it rotates, it'll help, I think, maintain a little bit more muscle throughout. Which is pretty much my only goal when cutting this aggressively. I just want to keep as much muscle as I've put on, and as much strength too. I think it'll also help with legs most specifically, because I do suspect my leg strength to go down. It's already gone down pretty significantly. I maybe could get 315 for 3 right now. So they've taken a hit, and last time I think my squat went down like 50 pounds or something over the course of the cut. But hitting legs twice a week or squatting twice a week might help maintain a little bit more. I also expect to lose a little bit more strength this time just because of how much walking I'm doing. I'm just walking all day. And I guess 4 hours a day, which isn't all day. That's an over-exaggeration. But I'm pretty much walking all day. And that's going to, have a negative impact on legs. But I think hitting legs twice a week every so often will help maintain it. And then Saturday, Sunday, which I haven't done for a while, but I'm just going to dedicate those as both rest days. I think they're going to be pretty active rest days. I do live in San Francisco, so there's lots of parks and stuff to do. So I think I'm still going to try to get, 15, 20,000 steps in, but just no lifting. I'm just going to let myself rest on those days. And yeah. So that's pretty much the plan. We're going to just eat 1,800 calories for a little bit, see how that responds, see how I respond to that. We're going to be doing 4 hours of cardio-ish every day. We're going to lift 5 days a week. And now this month is an interesting month because we do have Christmas and Christmas Eve. I have a couple of friends' birthdays, and my friend group does a feast every so often. So far I've only done one, but we want to do 1 or 2 a year. And that's coming up on the 21st. So there's already a couple of cheat days coming up. Still going to try to work out. Still going to, do everything that I need to on those days. Just not going to be quite in the caloric deficit that I should be. But it is December. I'm starting this cut in quite literally the worst month you possibly could. But get a head start, right? So yeah. What we're going to do now is we're going to get a weigh-in, and then we'll do a physique check at the end of the day. But for now, weigh-in time. Okay, let's see. It's going to say low, and then it's going to turn off, and then it's going to turn back on. Low, and turn back on, and it's going to work. Let's see here. 220. Holy shit. Ugh. 220. That's a little rough. So 220 it is the starting point. I haven't eaten anything today, so that's as accurate as it's going to be. So to get on a 175 is 45 pounds. Is that what that is? 45? Yeah, 45 pounds. Now there is the like 5 to maybe 8 pounds in the first week that's going to shut off pretty quickly. Just because I'm going to be eating less once everything kind of runs through the system too. I don't have as much like food in my gut. That'll be nice. But yeah, 220 is fucking heavy. I knew I was 215 because the last time I weighed myself, that was like, I don't know, a month ago or something. And I'm telling you, I have been eating lots of ice cream. There's a grocery store on my way home from work, and I stop there pretty frequently for ice cream. So, anyways, so that's where we're starting. 220. We'll do a physique check later. I don't really feel like doing it right now. And yeah, I'm hoping for this to be done by May is my goal, the beginning of May. So 5 months ish. And I think I can do 10 pounds a month. That's pretty much what I've done before. We're gonna see how 1,800 calories works. That is a true 1,000 calorie deficit. That would only be 2 pounds a week, which wouldn't be enough. I need to be getting like 2.5 pounds a week. We'll see though. We'll see how it goes. If I have to cut it down, I will. That's another nice thing about starting a couple weeks before January, so that I have 5 months of like whatever my actual caloric value is going to be. And yeah, I'm gonna hold off today, but I think what I also should do for the food is split it up into a small little breakfast and then a larger, but not as large as last night's dinner, because that was just 500 grams of chicken in one sitting. Is just brutal, especially after not eating all day and your stomach isn't expanded at all. Whew, it's hard. But yeah, it's like 6:45 now. I'm gonna start getting ready for work and just chill for a little bit, and I'll show you little snippets of what my day looks like, and then yeah, that'll be that for the day. So it's 8:18 right now. I'm 20 minutes into the first walk of the day, so we're already getting the cardio in. And this is what I do. This is the first 2 dogs, my morning clients, and just walk them, let them play around on the grass, and walk them back. Pretty chill, but good exercise because it's all uphill on the way there, and then all downhill on the way back. So some incline steppage, and it's like 20 minutes there and 20 minutes back. We're actually at the park. I don't really walk around as much, kind of just meander about and let them play, fill in time. But yeah, this is how I start my day. All right, we are on walk number 2 of the day. This is the gang. And we're just getting steps in, playing some ball, doing some training. That's it. 1 more hour of cardio to go. All right, it is now walk number 3 or 4, and it's raining all of a sudden from out of nowhere. So we're getting wet, huh? Yeah. So we're getting wet, and we got 1 more walk after this, so we're gonna be really wet. But I like the rain, so it's cool. Alrighty. Pardon the noise, but here we are on walk number 4, hour number 4 of cardio that we're getting paid to do. So chicken. And that's really fantastic. That's way better than the last cut, not getting paid to do hours of cardio. This last walk of the day will be the one that I do my runs on. I just still am in walking shoes, and my knees and back already hurt, so I'm not going to push it any further and start running in them. But anyways, that's it for the update. I'm going to finish this walk up and then go home. I'll eat some food, and that'll be the day. All right, I am back home, and it's time to eat some food. So we got our chicken with, it's hard to see, but 461 grams chicken. Trying to get 500, but I was honestly really, really full last night, and this is close enough. So, chicken, microwave, 289 grams of vegetables.
He's a nice guy over here, man.
All right, sorry we rushed through that. I was absolutely starving, famished, as you could say, and needed to get it down. So we had 461 grams of chicken, 200 and something, I don't know. Right here, this is the macros for the day. We got a little over 1,600 calories, which is less than the 1,800 calories that we're supposed to be getting. I didn't get the cheese, so that's going to account for quite a bit of protein. It's also under 200 grams protein, or a few grams short of the chicken intake that we wanted to get to. So, and I dropped the vegetables just because it's too much volume. So there's a couple things we could tweak there, but under calories we're supposed to get, so that's a win. And then under protein, which is a loss. I mentioned it before. I'm bringing it up again. I think what I need to do is have a small breakfast. Now, before I didn't have a breakfast in the previous cut because my hunger is significantly higher towards the end of the day if I have eaten something in the morning than if I haven't. But to be honest, I'm absolutely starving at the end of the day, so I don't really think it's going to affect it that much. But also what it's going to do is splitting up the meal size. Like right now, I'm so full it hurts. And I don't like it. It's too much weight in my stomach. I can already feel that I'm having like a digestive issue because of putting too much protein in one big chunk at the end of the day is just not ideal. So I'm gonna split them up so that I can have a smaller meal to start the day, so I'm not as full. But also, people talk about you should have protein at various points throughout the day for the best gains and progress, whatever. I'm not really trying to make gains, so it doesn't really matter that much, I don't think, but probably will also help with my like overall digestion and nutrient absorption and stuff. So there's that. What else? Oh, steps for the day. Right here. 22,000. Pretty good. Now, there is going to be variability in the steps per day because of three main factors. One, if I go to the gym in the morning, which I am going to get on 5 days a week once the next week starts, aside from the holidays and shit that are coming up, but in general, 5 days a week. But that does add a couple thousand steps because I have to walk from my house to the bus stop, from the bus stop to the gym, back to the bus stop, from the bus stop back to my house. So there's a couple thousand steps there. And then second variable is on my walks at work. There's a bunch of different walk locations that we go to, and depending on which one I go to, how much I'm just doing purely walking and getting steps in, or how much we're like doing training or just socializing and stuff. There's some places that I just stand more than walk. That can affect, not much, maybe another 1,000 or 2 throughout the day. The third and most important variable is my before and after work hours clients. Is they're not every day. This week I have my morning client is 5 days a week. Next week it's 4. My after work client is typically 4. So, but sometimes it's 5. So, like Fridays, Thursdays, and Fridays might be a little bit less depending on who's walking that day and who's not. There's a little bit of variability, but my days should, in general, be 20 to 25,000 on average. Low end, 17 to 20,000. High end, if I really was just walking on leash, both walks are my work day, and went to the gym, maybe I could crest in the 30,000 or close to it. Who knows? Not really necessary, but yeah. So, but either way, a lot of fucking steps. A lot of walking is going to be done. What we need to do now, though, is a physique check. I should have done this morning, not right after I have eaten a pound of chicken and a bunch of vegetables and tortillas and fluids and stuff. So I'm probably going to do it again in the morning, but we're going to get a general sense of where we're at with this. And then we'll be able to compare, and I'll make a great thumbnail because the first video is going to have me when I'm at my absolute fattest, which is great for content and stuff. But yeah, so we're going to do a little physique check, show you where everything's at, and then we will, actually, you know what I need to do first, though. I'll be right back. All right, now we can do a little, oh shit. All right, for real this time. So we shaved it all off so it's more visible. I actually need to move some stuff around so you can actually see. One moment. All right, so this is what we're working with. Definitely gained like all back here. Look at that. That is insane. You see that? Oh. It's honestly a little bit less bad in the front than I was kind of expecting. Obviously still not great. We have a lot of fat to lose, but yeah. So I guess we'll go through some poses just because. Because it'll be great to look back on in 5 months when we are absolutely peeled again. This lighting is absolute garbage, which is unfortunate. I might have to figure something out about that. I guess we'll do legs as well, real quick. Yeah, definitely gonna have to figure something out with this lighting because can't really see anything. It's just too like, bing, you know, this light is weird. But yeah, so definitely have put on a lot of fat. I can actually pick up my belly. It's at the point where it is liftable, which is arguably worse than it was starting the last cut. I mean, I am 220 and I started the last cut at 210, so I'm actually 10 pounds fatter. So that's great. It's a little chilly. So we, sorry, I got cold, so I had to put the jacket back on. So we got some work to do. 220 as of this morning, or 219 and some change. I think the current goal should be 175. I think right as of now, I'm not going to push past that. Just because I looked great at 175 and I didn't need to go any leaner. But we'll see. Again, I change my mind all the time. And it usually ends up being to my benefit, or sometimes does. So we'll see. But for now, I'm just focusing on we are and where we need to be. The reason I shaved so early and not at the end was because last time I had the hair until the very end, and I did a great reveal, which was fun, but it was a little bit harder to track exactly where my progress was at. I could go by weight, but that fluctuates so much. I was doing a lot of fasting and a lot of sauna times. That would fluctuate a lot. The visual aid is going to be nice to have as kind of like a backup guide, I guess, to how lean we actually are. On top of that, I just want to see in real time everything shed off versus it being covered in nonsense for the majority of the time. So probably every 2 months it'll have grown back long enough where I'll need to buzz it again. And we'll just keep doing that over and over again. I'm not shaving the beard though. The beard stand, I actually think, as my version of this whole shindig, is everyone's been shaving their head. Unfortunately, my hair's falling out, and so I don't really want to shave it all off yet until it's too far gone. So I shaved my body, and I think I'm going to not shave the beard the whole time. It might get too out of hand, and I'm going to have to, but if I can muscle through and hold out and have just a monstrous beard and then shave it off and I'm super lean, that would be sick. Yeah. I think tomorrow we are gonna go lift. I'm not gonna do a regular lift. I think I might just do arms because I want to start next week off on the best note that I can. And I feel like if I were to do back really hard today, it would probably still be sore. Or tomorrow, it'd probably still be sore through the next day, and for the next lift day, which would be Monday or whatever. And so I think I'm just gonna do arms and some, like, just blast my forearms or something to kick things off. But who knows? It's 8:30. It's 8:30, like 8 now. I need to go to bed right now. And I gotta put those clothes in those drawers. And yeah, call it a night. But anyways, thanks for watching. Welcome to the Winter Arc, episode 1. Love yourselves, love each other, be kind, spread love. And if you're a little bit too chubby right now, get in shape, because it feels way better. All right, see ya.